Welcome, travelers, young and old, from near and far. Join me as we continue the tale of Finwe and Doris and his new life here in Morrowind. When we last left Finwe, he was reflecting on his recent pilgrimages to the temple shrines of justice and valor. Once again at the Shrine of Valor, Finwe felt something like pride stir in his heart as he read the inscription of Lord Vivec's fight with the Deugh King. But it was the Shrine of Justice that moved him more, for here was a more pure expression of that which drew him most firmly to the temple, the mercy and love it professed for its followers. Unlike so many other faiths, the temple really appears to be built in order to support the people, rather than by the people to support the divine. And so now we find Finwe preparing to complete his pilgrimages by traveling to the Holy City of Vivec itself. And with that, welcome back everyone to the tale of Finwe and Doris with me, Dr. Morrowind, and our good friend here, Julian Jacob. Come, Jacob, we are off to finish our pilgrimages. Well, it is late. I suppose we should probably rest for the night, and I promised to train you at one point, didn't I, Jacob? What? Nothing's wrong. Thank you for asking, though. You have the topic for arranging a meeting. What do you know about that? There's more to this Argonian than meets the eye, it seems. You might try Sina Miripul, our wise woman, but you have to remember she's acting as our Ashcan at the moment. Huh. So you're talking about as if you're still in the Amawesamu camp, huh? Interesting. You have a lot of topics. Fascinating. Training was the thing I wanted, though. Training. Don't you need me to train you, Julian? Training. There it is. Training. Do you want to train me now, or did you just want to tell me... Or did you just want me to tell you about my current skills or attributes? Sure, Julian. Why don't you go ahead and tell me about your skills? And we can train, Julian Jacob. We can train Jacob once per day in any skill that we have a higher level than him. Okay, so basically speechcraft, appearance, intelligence, basically everything. We're better than you in every way. Tell me about your skills, though. Let me think, he says. So his major skills are short blade, light armor, restoration, block, and destruction. And his minor skills are long blade, medium armor, illusion, sneak, and armor. And let's see, his other miscellaneous skills. His spear's at 27. Julian? Well, I don't know. Do I want him to become good in something I'm also good in? Huh. I'm gonna teach him a physical thing to go with his short blade, and then we're probably going to start training him in magic, like conjuration. The only reason I don't do that now is because his magical pool's limited anyway, as, you know, a dark elf that I'm assuming isn't an Atronach birth sign. So the most magic he can get is 100, so why would I bother dumping many resources into his magicka skills? Like, let me see your attributes. Yeah, he has 37 intelligence, which means he has exactly 37 magicka. Well, unless he took, like, you know, the mage as a birth sign or the apprentice. But I got a sneaky suspicion he fucking didn't. So yeah, we're going to train you in spear, and then we'll train you in our miscellaneous things that we level up to level up ourselves. Do you want to train me now? Yes, I do. Let's train your weapon skill. Let's train your spear. Okay, pointy things it is, he says, and I raised his skill to 28. So if I recall... Yeah, I can't train him again. I think we should leave it till tomorrow. You were getting a little overenthusiastic back there. I nearly lost an eye. Well, Jacob, don't ask for help if you're not willing to go ahead and pay the price, which is blood and sweat and occasionally an eye. By Alm Savi. Oh, yes, Alm Savi. There's so many interesting things that I want to talk about with them, but I don't know how to really bring them up in a way that doesn't disrupt the story at the end of the day. One of the things I was actually wanting to do, and I may have to pause the video here in a second to actually bring it back up, there's a Sermon of Vivec scripture that pertains exactly to the city of Vivec itself. And so I am going to try and at least find that little bastard and read that as we're walking through, walking through the city of Vivec. But we have to get there first, so travel. We have to go to Cietanine first, and then we can catch the Silt Strider to Vivec. But once we get to Vivec, what time is it here? It's 6 a.m. All right, so we'll be getting to Vivec just at dawn. We're going to actually be walking through the city versus taking the gondolas, which you'll see here in a second. Hello, Aliranen. You're not going to look at me, are you? I'm a paying customer, but you're not going to look at me. Whatever. All right, take me to Vivec, please. Me and my good friend Julan. All right, I know it's immersion breaking, but I'm not having our first day in Vivec being a shitty rainy day. We're waiting for some good sunshine, goddammit. That's what I'm fucking talking about. Sorry. Anyway, so here we are outside the Holy City of Vivec. Remember how previously Finwe was just like trying to resist the urge to fuck off, Jacob. I'm talking. It's just like the actual Jacob. Anyway, last time we were here, we were really drawn to the city, but we managed to resist the urge because we knew we'd get lost in it. And now there's no reason not to get lost in it. Hold on. Let me make sure these plants aren't owned by someone. Good. Crassus. Crassus. Travel. You do travel? That's weird. Your background? You're a travel agent. Interesting. You know any rumors from around here? Have you heard? 7 victims here in Vivec, all with their throats slit. When it was just a few outlanders killed, the Ordinators weren't making much of a fuss. But now that they've had 2 of their own people with slit throats, they seem very concerned at the halls of justice. I heard that the Office of the Watch is quietly looking around for some special help. Anything that can kill 2 Ordinators before they draw their weapons sounds like it will need some special attention. I don't know where the Hall of Justice is yet, but I suspect that we are going to become involved in this. Hall of Justice. The Hall of Justice houses the 4 orders of the Temple Ordinators: the Order of the Watch, the Order of War, the Order of Doctrine and Ordination, and the Order of the Inquisition. I want to say that's base level information. That's not modded. Oh boy. What else do we have here? Barter, just a bunch of random things. Yes. I think we'll read the actual, the actual pilgrimage things when we get to the Temple District. But as I recall, we just continue to walk south. Ordinator. Lord Vivec, which you can't really see from the shrines, but half his body is Dunmer colored and the other half is like High Elf colored, because he represents the union, the transformation from what the Dunmer were, which were essentially like rogue High Elves, into their own unique race, which emphasized like a lot of familial bonds. It's true, but also like a lot of like thievy sort of skills. So like how the Dunmer are like, yes, no, our culture thrives in part because of our assassins and our thieves and our sneaky shit. So before I read us the Sermon of the City by Lord Vivec, one point that I want to... before we do that, we're actually going to go up here. This is the Foreign Quarter, right? It has 3 levels, and originally, Outlanders were not allowed to venture beyond this canton, right? Because this is a holy city, and the Dunmer, like, it's also, like, connected to family and things, so outsiders who have no business here can't be... The entire city is basically like one giant ancestral family gathering place. And it's to the point to where you can use gondoliers to go from section to section. Which normally we would do. We're not going to do right now, because we're going to go to the top levels to get some training. Yes, we are. And we have some books. We have a large number of books. I need to drop some of them off back at Indoranian. Which, speaking of which, anyone who's watching this, if you have a really particular point of view on whether you want to see me go to Tel Mora to pretend to purchase like a desk and a bed and whatnot, let me know, because otherwise I might just say that happens off screen, because I'm going to have to mod that in. And then also, I love how whenever you hover over these things, they tell you something. So like we're hovering over the Imperial Dragon here, and it says 4 1/4. I love that. But anyway, let me know if you want to see that. It'll probably take like 10 or 15 minutes to make it truly like a normal, like an actual integral part of that chapter. But it can be done. Otherwise, I'm just going to mod this shit in, and then also I'm going to collect some potion ingredients and stuff. But yes, I see that there's normally about 4 views every day when I put this out here. And one of those is me. But if anyone else who's watching this has an opinion, just go ahead and let me know. Okay, Guild of Mages first. What are we... Maybe not Guild of Mages. Our willpower is 7. We're going to bump that up. Oh my god, we're almost going to immediately be ready to level up again afterwards. That's probably going to be a blank level up. Okay. It looks like endurance and strength are the big winners. And I just need one more, I think, level up in willpower to get the ×4 boost. So, which one's closest to leveling up? It's looking like Conjuration it is. Bound Spear time. Oh, for fuck's sake. There we go. Oh, wait a minute. No, Conjuration levels up intelligence. Fuck. Ugh. Let's see. Restoration isn't one of my cantrap spells. God damn it. Alteration it is then. Alright, and then while we're doing this, we're also going to be going to the Fighters Guild to get our strength and endurance training. In what? I don't know, but if I recall correctly, we have like 9 grand. This guy does most of the training we need, if I recall. Raig. Yes, you do training. There's also an arena in Vivec. It's one of the few on the continent outside of like the main Imperial province. So that's a cool little something. We can get weapons training there. Okay. Well, we'll do some... Wait a minute. Wait a second. I know I was talking about saving money before, but if we want to rank up to Protector, we're going to need at least one of those skills at 40. So we might as well just continue to invest in Blunt, right? It's going to cost a pretty penny, but at least I'll be able to go ahead and get my, rank up whenever I deserve it. So blunt weapon. How many of these do I need? I want to say I need like 7. 2 more. Alright. So 2 more of those. Our blunt weapon is now at 38, and we're 2.5k poorer for the exchange. Now we're going to look for something in endurance. I want to say heavy armor is endurance. So if we have someone who does heavy armor training, that would be our fucking jam. Sneak would also be okay. Our agility could always go up. I don't think we've leveled that up yet. Endurance has 5 skill rankings in it, though. So we're going to do endurance first. Which means we need heavy armor. Someone around here must have heavy armor. He's the orc that gives assignments. We're not interested in those right now. I just need some training before we continue on our holy quest. I feel like Finway's desire to get back to the shrines, is growing every second. So we may inefficiently level just because he's anxious. See, he's yelling at the back of people's heads versus waiting for them to turn around and properly address him. It's not like Finway. It's not like Finway at all. Raig, are you the only one here with anything of value? God damn it.
Well, friend, what brings you here?
What brings me here is the need for training. Oh my god, I bet it's just that orc down there. Fuck, shit, Fuck.
Anytime, friend. I'm right here.
Well, sorry, endurance. I guess it's going to be agility is the thing we train up. Because I'm not wandering around looking for that. I am not. Alright, so now we have 2 level ups stored. We're not going to be fucking around too much with that.
Of course. What may I do for you?
Hello, Barin. Can you train Julian for me? No, I can do that myself. Now, you do train in medium armor, which is endurance. It's expensive now, though. I don't want to pay for that. Sneak time. Maybe, you know, just being a little bit sneakier will be nice. I think we need 7 in these. Alright, let's take a peek. 1 more agility. Alright. So, we are going to... It is 2 p.m. We are going to refresh ourselves, and then we are going to take a stroll about
Well, friend,
in
what
the
brings you
evening, you know, out in the Holy City of Vivec, and then we are going to complete our pilgrimages. That's going to be a nice time of the day. So we will rest for... Oh, it's only 2 p.m. We're going to rest for 2 hours. I want to go out at 4 o'clock. 2 hours to just, like, meditate and relax and whatnot. All right, so you have ascended to level 9. Everything you do is a bit easier, more instinctive, more satisfying. It's as though you've suddenly developed keen senses and instincts. Well, I've developed keen senses for times 5 strength and times 5 agility and times 4 willpower. Thank you, level up. Excellent. Come, Jacob Julian. Get out of the doorway. Fortunately, the Julian mod, the Jacob mod,
Well, friend, what brings you here?
has it to where you can tell him to get the fuck out of your way, which is really nice, because you can't do that with just any sort of random companion, right? Nope. Wait. Okay, it is a nice day. I was going to say, like I said last time, we're not doing this on a shitty day. Trying to find a way down always kind of annoyed me. Fortunately, we're a mage this playthrough. We don't walk down the stairs like that. We levitate down and pray that our levitate doesn't run out. All right, everyone. So, we're not really going to be going into any of the other cantons. So, at this time, I just invite you all, if you're watching, to just take in the scenery of Vivec. Imagine what it's actually like to live here. If you're just listening, I will be reciting the 25th sermon of the 36 lessons of Vivec, which is the scripture of the city. So, the scripture of the city. All cities are born of solid light, such as my city, his city. But then the light subsides, revealing the bright and terrible angel of Valor. He is in his pre-chimerical form, demonic Vec, gaunt and pale and beautiful, skin stretched painfully thin on birds' bones, feathered serpents encircling his arms. His wings are spread out behind him, their red and yellow ends like razors in the sun. The wispy mass of his fire hair floats as if underwater, milky in the nimbus of light that crowns his head. His presence is undeniable, the awe too much to bear. This is God's city, different from others. Cities from foreign countries put their denizens to sleep and walk to the star-wounded east to pay homage to me. The capital of the northern men, crusty with eon's ice, bows before Vivec the city, me and it together. Self-thought streets rush through tunnel blood. I have rebuilt myself. Hyper-eyed signposts along my traffic arm, soon to be an inner sea. My body is crawling with all gathered to see me, rising up like a monolithic instrument of pleasure. My spine is the main road to the city that I am. Countless transactions are taking place in veins and catwalks, and the roaming, as they roam over and through and add to me. There are temples erected along the hollow of my skull, and I will wear them ever as a crown. Walk across the lips of God. They add new doors to me, and I become effortlessly trans-immortal with the comings and goings, and the stride heat of the market where I am traded for, yelled of, the children hear them play, scoffed at, amused, desired, paid for in native coin, new minted with my face on one side and my city body on the other. I stare with each new window. Soon, I am a million inside insect dreaming. Red sparking war trumpets sound like the cattle in the rib cages of shuttling transit. The heretics are destroyed on the plaza knees. I flood over into the hills, houses rising like a rash, and I never scratch. Cities are the antidotes to hunting. I raise lanterns to light my hollows, lend wax to the thousands of candlesticks that bear my name, again and again, the name innumerable, shutting in, mantra and priest, God's city, filling every corner with the naming name, wheeled, circling, running river language, giggling with the footfalls mating, selling, stealing, searching, and worry not ye who walk with me. This is the flowering scheme of the Arvis. This is the promise of the Sige, egg, image, man, God, city, state. I serve and am served. I am made of wire and string and mortar, and I accede my own precedent, world without am. The ending of the words is Om Savi. And with that, I think I might try, I don't know, I might just keep, I'm going to have to review the video to decide if I want to keep that as us walking through, or if I'll bring up the text for that. But I like to think at this point, now that Finwe is getting more connected to the temple, he's going to start experiencing these revelations, especially the 36 lessons of Vivec. The Sermon of the Numbers was provided by our, dickhead ancestors that loved the idea of us stealing from the Redoran. But that, I feel like, was a more genuine religious experience. And so, here at dusk, we find ourselves at the High Fane of the Temple, the only High Fane on Vardenfell, with the exception of Ghostgate. What a High Fane means is that it is the only temple that includes every single lesser saint and then all of the other tribunal shrines. So there are 3 shrines here. We're going to leave the Shrine of the Moon for last, because the blessing that it gives, which is kind of cool, like it's 48 minutes worth of levitate, 100 points of levitate, which can be real cool, but really fucking sucks if you're trying to do the other ones. So, before the palace here of Lord Vivec, where I really do feel like Finway's knees are probably getting weak because he's approaching one of the residences of the 3 gods of the tribunal. On the other side of this door up here is one of the gods that Finwe has recently pledged himself to. And, of course, we have Jacob here, the heretic, who doesn't believe in the divinity of the tribunal, marching up the palace steps with us. You have anything to say about this, Jacob? So this is Vivec. It's so huge and grand. Sigh. Tell me something, honestly. Do I seem like a complete savage to you? Is this really the time? Well, I'm sure one of these shrines is supposed to be about love and pity. So tell me about your problems. Tell me about your problems, Jacob. I know how to view the Ashlanders, violent, uncivilized barbarian I know how people view the Ashlanders. Violent, uncivilized barbarian tribes living in filth and squalor, obsessed with ancient superstitions. You settled types with your luxurious lifestyles. You can't understand why we might choose to live as we do, so you think we must be ignorant savages. Julian Jacob, from a real-world perspective, yeah, no, I completely see how this is supposed to be like a commentary on a rural-urban divide. Yes, very good. But we are proud of our culture. We have things more valuable than the tasteless displays of wealth you get in cities like this. I can either say, ah yes, mud, disease, flies, such precious gifts, or I'm going to go with the silver-tongued answer, as Lord Vivec would, of the simple life can certainly make you see what is truly important. Which is true, but I'd also quote another book from Morrowind, which says, peasant dreams are pleasant dreams. So yes, simple life can be pleasant, but don't forget it's also simple. I love that series of books. It's really interesting. We're not going to read it here, but you should read the real Baron Zaya books. Exactly. You're more open-minded than many people, perhaps because you're an outlander. How strange that you seem to understand me better than most native Dunmer. But your view is rare. My people are viewed with suspicion in the cities. And although I'm proud of my heritage, my mission must be kept secret, and I worry that I look too conspicuous. What do you think? Well, maybe I can help you find some new clothes, or at least ones that smell less of guar. Or, where would you like, Julian? But you could do with some decent weapons and armor. I don't have decent weapons and armor, Julian. What do you wear exactly? We do have some surplus income, and honestly, if he's going to be following us around, we don't want him dying, because this is a game where your followers die. Yeah, we're going to tell him that we should get him some decent shit. Perhaps that would be a good idea. Also, tell me, is it normal practice to remove armor in cities? Look, I have no idea about these things, so I'll just let you decide what would be best. But if you make me look ridiculous, I'll never forgive you. So that is a commentary on the fact that for role-playing purposes, like you see how I have this robe on? Part of the reason for it is, you know, it still looks like I just have clothes on with these cool little shoulder pads. But if I were to take that off, like, why am I walking around a city in, like, full armor? And this is okay, I guess, kind of, because it's light armor. But at the end of the day, like, it's much more reasonable to walk around with, you know, shirts and things. So, that's what he was commenting on. It was a little bit of out-of-game commentary. Yes. But, oh, yay, and the stars are coming out. So, here we are at the Palace Shrine. What's the Pilgrim's Path have to say? Doop, doop, doop. The Palace, Shrine of Generosity. I feel like I've read these all already. Everyone, I can't remember at this point if I've read this book 100 times, so I'm just not going to, because that's annoying to have the same book read to you many times. So, summary version, after the war at Red Mountain, Vivec, the people wanted to build this palace to Vivec. Vivec said build it, but dedicate it to the people. So, Palace Shrine. Would I like to leave a donation of 100 gold and ask for a blessing? That's a pretty heavy price when you think of, like, the peasants that come here. Like, remember when we got fresh off the boat? That was my entire stipend. Yes, I will leave that, though. The Grace of Generosity. Thank you for your generosity, Lord Vivec. I shall neither hoard nor steal nor encumber myself with profitless treasures, but shall share freely among house and hearth. And for that, I believe I get a luck and mercantile bonus. Yes, well, luck at least, of 10 points. So, the second of the three pilgrimages that are here is somewhere beneath Vivec's Puzzle Canal lies a demon warrior who we have to give a silver longsword to. I know there's silver longswords there, so I'm not gonna go hunt for one. I suppose if you were just, reading this, I also think I remember which of these we have to go through. So, I'm gonna try and do that. Honestly, I fucking hate this pilgrimage, trying to guess which of these stupid tunnels you're supposed to go into, and you just keep going through things until you get to the correct one. It's fucking annoying. It's really stupid. But I picked it right in once, thank God. My memory, Dr. Morrowind's memory still serves correct. Normally what you have to do is you have to go in through one of these gates, and then you go out another gate, and it drops you on a different one of those levels, so there's 4 levels to Vivec's Palace, and you basically have to keep going in and out, and in and out, and in and out, until you finally find the one with this little door right here. But, as one of the only games I play, I fucking remember where this little bastard was. So, we've made it to the center of the Puzzle Canal. Now, at this point, we need our good buddy Jacob to wait up here, because I don't think that this next part is really suited for him. Jacob, this is stupid. Why are you playing along with the temple's silly games? Don't fucking talk shit, my friend. I need you to just stay right here, not move. No, it's fine. What I need is for you to stay in one spot together. Wait, right here. Right here on this spot. Do not fucking move. So we come up here. You know, we're going to assume also
Maybe she's right.
that Finwe made it into this one, you know, into this part of the puzzle canal in one shot. And he read the book that says people get lost in this fucker for days and need to, you know, Civi intervention their way out. So I think he's also taking this as some sort of, like, divine inspiration that brought him here. Like, just small little things like that continue to pile up and keep adding to this sense of, like, importance, you know, that he feels as he does things for the temple. As though it's adding up to something grander. Anywho, here's the trialith. Puzzle canal. Breathe the waters of his glory and the way is made clear. We know what to do now, Dr. Morrowind says, but little baby Dr. Morrowind in 2012 did not know, without the internet, that the way to do this is for you to go ahead and breathe the waters, aka meander around in here and suffocate yourself until you get down to 10 health, and then magically that barrier that was up there, right up there at the top, that'll disappear. Also, if you show up with it's actually based on when you have less than 10 health. And if you show up with less than 10 health, you don't actually have to suffocate yourself. You'll just, what is it? You'll just automatically trigger the thing. Oh my god, I really, oh, nope. That's the other thing I hate about this, is it leaves you underwater, it restores your health, but then the little bastard doesn't restore your breath, so you always take a couple of points of health damage. It's fucking stupid.
Is there something I can do for you?
Yes, Julan. Let's go. Sorry, Jacob. Also, Jacob, can I train you right now? Let's do some training here with this Dremora. Let's improve your spear. Awesome. Pointy things it is. Come, Jacob. I wonder when it calculates my spear level, if it's calculating it base or if it's calculating it based on this spear. I need to repair that. It's halfway damaged. It's not worth shit right now. Hell, rats probably love fighting against that broken spear. So, here's Cresset in Sorcerer Dave's playthrough with Fathus. He read that thing about the silver longsword, and he spent like an episode or two looking for one, but fortunately... Are you fucking kidding me? Did anyone else... Did you see that, Cresset? Did you see that, Jacob? This fucking chest that has the silver longswords in it that I'm supposed to give to him? It was trapped. It was fucking trapped. What kind of garbage is this? Cresset, are you here on the pilgrimage? I take it that silver longsword is for me. Yes, it is, Cresset. Cresset? Silver longsword. As you see, I am unarmed, but you are brave and gallant. Sigh. Will you give me your longsword so that I may stand a chance against your might? Yes, take it. Yes, I accept this longsword. Thank you, Finwe. You have the grace of courtesy. Thanks for reminding me to fucking read the Trialith, my good sir. And then I talked to him again, silver longsword. Yeah, poor bastard, jumping for joy at not being fucking stuck here like you. Shrine of the Puzzle Canal. Grace of courtesy. Thank you for your courtesy, Lord Vivec. I shall speak neither hurtful nor harsh words, but shall speak respectfully, even of my enemies, for temperate words may turn aside anger. Indeed. So, as we make our way down here, I am going to Almsibi our way out of here. Quick thing that I want to let everyone know. To flesh out a little bit more of Finway's tale, I'm going to be modding one or two characters in here. you'll know which ones they are. But my apologies if something breaks somewhere. All right, you're right. Never mind. Never mind, Jacob. I'll just mention it if something breaks. Anyway, so that is 6 out of 7 of our, things done. City intervention. And now it is 12 a.m. with a beautiful sky. It honestly reminds me of the introduction card. Julian, I actually think we're going to wait here until 9 o'clock. We're going to assume that we're just fasting and praying before completing this final pilgrimage. I honestly don't like doing shit at night. It feels weird, and then now with the new mods, like, places are closed. And when I see wait, I think it's more like we're just assuming Finway's going to just go on autopilot and do shit. Like, I almost said the movie Click. I'm bringing in the movie Click. Oh, one final thing before we complete this. You see these coda flowers? Yeah? Coda, I'm fairly certain, is something at the end of, like, a musical piece. But also, coda is something that Michael Kirkbride, the guy who basically wrote Vivec and all the lessons and everything, he wrote a independent piece called Coda, which is talking about how the Elder Scrolls universe ends. So, well done, mod maker. Shrine to stop the moon. Would you like to donate a potion of rising force and ask for a blessing? Yes, I would. The grace of daring. Thank you for your daring, Lord Vivec. I shall not shun risk, nor hide behind the mask of cautious counsel, for fortune favors the bold. Indeed it does. Indeed it does. All right. Oh my god. I absorbed it. I absorbed the levitation spell. Ha. That actually was going to be a real pain in my ass, so I'm actually kind of glad that that didn't work out. Yes. All right, well, we have completed the pilgrimage of the 7 graces. So, I think this is also a great place to go ahead and get our rise in rank. So, I'm looking at my, level up system here for the temple. And interestingly, after layman comes novice and then initiate. But if I also recall correctly, you get several level ups at once for doing the pilgrimages of the 7 graces. But we're just going to take one. We're going to assume that to get to novice, you have to have done, a pilgrimage. The pilgrimages. And then to get to initiate, you have to show that you're willing to do things other than just the pilgrimages. Then acolyte is more, recognize that this person might be an up-and-comer. Adept is training to be a curate. And then a curate is whenever you first basically start getting on, like, the councils of the temple. A curate can have their own independent shrine. From what I've seen, the disciples are largely, like, warriors. Like, they go out and they cleanse shrines, and they're all above the rank of curate. So I guess it's, people who are spiritually and martially talented. Like, you can't go above curate without also being martially talented. There are no diviners in Vardenfell, but they seem to be like the field leaders of disciples. And then the masters are the ones that have full, like, multi-level shrines to City. And then finally the patriarch rules here as the archcanon in Vivec. So we're going to get promoted to still, like, baby rank, because we haven't shown that we can do anything other than pilgrimage. But at least the temple is willing to acknowledge that, we are something. And if we do get promoted to initiate, all of our temple blessings are free. So, yes. Here we are in the High Fane. Again, with all the various saints and shrines. Do any of you do spells and sell things that... Yeah, I didn't think so. No one here in the High Fane should really want to deal with me. Oh, we do have someone who wants to deal with me. Well, that's cute. Do you got any open spells? Any open stuff spells? You don't. What will you buy? What will you buy? Will you buy the Scrolls of Summon Skellington? And what about this Scroll of Shock? And this scroll, I don't need Scrolls of Denier's Blessing because I have Vivec's Touch. And the Scroll of Air Bubble. And this Damage Strength. He has 900 gold. And this Divine Intervention, we can do that ourselves now. And Elemental Fireburst. Alright, come on. You like me. You'll give me an extra 30 gold for all this, right? You fucking little bastard. Fine. Oh, that makes me mad. What do you think about my friend Julian Jacob here? He's an Ashlander. How unfortunate. Those misguided fools will never know the blessings of Almsavie. I pity him, but perhaps there's hope of enlightenment. Jacob Julian says, save your pity for your doomed false gods. Frah!
Yes, Outlander.
God damn, you really are Jacob, aren't you? I'm so happy about that. Now you, my good man, Mr. Edoran Lilithan.
Speak your need.
Here's the thing, everyone. I am actually going to tell you right now. I'm going to be modding in a character right here, if I can figure it out, which is basically going to talk about what the inner councils of the temple are thinking about Finwe as he's, you know, getting promoted and various sorts of other things, because it'll help advance the story, and clearly the temple is going to be a major part of who Finwe is, right? So there actually might be a delay in the next couple chapters coming out, because I feel like I got to get that squared away. Anyhow, sorry to break the immersion. Fellowship of the Temple? No. Nope, you don't have any good books lying around that I can see. Hello, Indari Lithan. What brings you to the temple, layman? Have you been lax in your duties? No, I've actually completed them. Duties. Before I give you any other duties, you should prove your faith by making the pilgrimage of the 7 graces. 7 graces. Yes, you have finished the pilgrimage of the 7 graces. I commend you for this. You are now ready for more challenging duties. Advancement? The temple recognizes you, Finwe and Doris. You are now Finwe and Doris the Novice. So we're going to save real fast. I want to see how far I can ride that advancement train. Initiate. Acolyte. No. I feel like that's just a little bit ridiculous, honestly, that you can just skip so many of the lower ranks. I like the idea that because of how challenging the 7 graces are, it actually makes the, you know, the novice rank actually mean something. Like, you're not just a lay person versus, like, in the Imperial cult. Like, their first duty is, you know, go get some marshmallows, and they promote you. That's fucking bullshit. All right, Lethlin, you said that you got some more duties for me. Ooh. A holy woman in Vivec is spreading the divine disease to others. Someone must convince Tanusia Veloth to leave Vivec City. Leave Vivec City. Tanusia Veloth is a holy pilgrim, well loved by the people. Do not kill her unless there's no other way. Try and convince her to go to the Corpusarium before she spreads the divine disease to others. She's very devout and would most easily be impressed by show of your devotion to the temple teachings. You just said Jabash's rare books. We're going to go get a book of temple teachings, and that's how we're going to convince her to leave. So, this woman has corpus disease? You may find her in the arena. Why? How can she... I don't understand. How is she not dead? Oh, see, the journal explains what he didn't. She has corpus and may spread it to others, but she's blessed by Almalexia and does not suffer like the negative penalties of the disease. So Almalexia can take away the negative effects, but she's still infectious. If I recall, we are directly above the Library of Vivec. We may need to go borrow a book. I don't know how mad they can be about us taking a book for, you know, a holy mission. Sermon 10, 36 Lessons of Vivec. Not an interesting one. Sermon 2. This is where 7 spirits come to Vivec and teach him some goofy shit. I think what we need is Sonyarni's sermons, is what it is. Yes, we are stealing from the temple. No, we don't feel bad about it, because we definitely feel a strong connection with, you know, Vivec, who is well, yes, we're taking it from the library. We are definitely doing that. But I'm looking at the time right now. It's been quite a minute since we started this. I feel like maybe going into the library, finding this book, possibly poking around the rest of the High Fae now that we at least have a little bit of rank. You know, like if a novice was like, hey, can I come see the library? And they're like, wow, you finished the pilgrimage of the 7 Graces. Yeah, sure, I guess that'll be okay. Like, we're obviously not going to ask to borrow books because we're still too low ranked to do that. But at least I feel like we'd be welcome there fairly openly. So I think with all of that said, everyone, this will be where we conclude this chapter of Finwe endorses, this chapter of Finwe endorses tale here in Morrowind. It came off the boat with pretty much no connections to anyone and just this vague feeling of association to the land. And it's finally brought him here to where he's been fully accepted as a member of this temple family, and he stands here before one of the grandest structures in Morrowind, having been acknowledged by the temple. And I think for the first time since he got off that boat, he actually really does feel pretty good. You know, there were fleeting moments of joy and excitement, but I feel like he feels happy and content and just generally good right now. Not worried about Caius, not worried about his past in the prison. This is a good moment for Finwe. So, with that, I will leave you all here. And until next time, stay safe out there, everyone.